I'm Rob, and today we're at the George Inn in Middle Wallop. Now we're in the Wallops. There's Nether Wallop, Over Wallop and Middle Wallop. And there's the Wallop Brook. So I'll address the elephant in the room. What the heck is a wallop? So the name Wallop is easily explained by, again, Old English. And this Old English is, excuse the pronunciation, Wallop. And that translates into a Valley of the Springs, hence the Wallop Brook. And we're going to start that walk now by following Farley Street, this way past the pub, and have a look at what's what. There's a few exciting things on this walk that perhaps you don't know about, so stick around. So there's what looks like an ex-chapel over the road. Wallops have been inhabited for many years, and there's a Iron Age hill fort down the road at Danebury Hill Fort, and it's also reputed to be the site of a battle between Vortigern and Ambrosius Aurelianus. As I say, it looks like the chapel is now a house, and interestingly they've used the gravestones to border the bank here. So we just enter Nether Wallop now, and this is Haydown Farm. The two I spoke about earlier, Vortigern and Ambrosius Aurelianus, they were ancient warlords, by the way. So at the junction with School Lane we keep right-handed to walk into Nether Wallop. Now Nether Wallop, you may, if you're of a certain age, recognise the village as another fictional village or something. I'll keep you guessing though, you'll have to wait and I'll tell you in a bit. And at the junction with Bent Street we turn right to cross over the Wallop Brook. Well, every name tells a story, so we now know who would have lived in this cottage. It would have been the cordwainer. And a cordwainer is simply an old name for a cobbler or shoemaker. A lot of heavy thatch on that cordwainer's cottage. Look at the thickness of the thatch in the eaves there. It's got about 2 foot thickness. As you walk up the hill, on the left there's a set of steps and a footpath. We're going to turn left. There we have a square tree, or remains of. Nice view across the fields. I think that might be Danebury Hill Fort over there. Now this is the first film footage of a new Marvel animal superhero. Horsebat, Horsebat, Horsebat. A lot of yew trees along this path, so very old path. A couple of horses. So at the end of the footpath, after passing through the yews, we come out on 5 Bells Lane and we turn left. And it's called 5 Bells Lane because there was a pub up here called the 5 Bells. Just to the left is Wallop House. I've not got an awful lot of information about that. In fact, I've got no information about it. Looks Victorian from here though. And we carry on down the lane. There's a beehive there in this garden. So look out for the finger post in the bushes. Or just remember, as you pass the house with the beehive, a house called Splash Hollow, you take this grassy path up between the houses. First style of the day. And a second style. It digresses from the map a little bit. See, there's a spring there for the Wallop Brook, or on the Wallop Brook. And the path on the map shows you go through there and around. But as I found out, the Ordnance Survey maps sometimes a bit out of date. But the right of way clearly goes over the stile. And there's the third style of the day. So we leave the footpath over the last stile, and then we turn left into this little lane. So we go up the hill, past Brookside Cottages, watching out for hedgehogs. We come out of Ducks Lane, at this lovely old cottage, and we turn left. Some lovely, very old cottages down here. Do you recognise the village yet? There's the aforementioned 5 Bells, still closed, still taking a lot of money to get it open. They were hoping for a community buyout, but I think it's hit problems. It's been empty now for a few years. Real shame. Could be a nice pub. Just need someone to come up with some money, really. What a sad sight. This is Dane Cottage. Now, you may or may not recognise this as the cottage of Miss Marple, Joan Hickson, in the BBC's 1990s adaptation of Agatha Christie's Miss Marple. So, having seen Miss Marple's house in Nether Wallop, or St Mary Mead as it was known, we're going to go back and retrace our steps a little bit, go and find the village centre so I can tell you some more about more remarkable events in the village. Opposite Dane Cottage, or Miss Marple's cottage, we're turning left into the village high street. Well, we're getting towards the end of November and it's well into autumn now. We turn right up here on Church Hill. This is St Andrew's 11th century Saxon church. It's much remodelled over the years, not least the tower, which at one point fell down and was rebuilt in 1704. Immediately you enter the churchyard, you're confronted with a real oddity. There's a pyramid, and that's a memorial to Francis and Anne Dowse, and they died in 1760 and 1757 respectively, and the family had an obsession with pyramids. Another relative was Mad Jack Fuller, and he built one at Brightling, and I think there's also one built at Farley Mount as well. Let's take a look inside, because it's not only the pyramid that's special about this church, there are also some very nice Saxon wall paintings. pews here are sort of Pentonville style almost, in that they're all separate. Last time I saw something like this was Lincoln Jail, I think, in the chapel there. Although the divisions were taller, the Pentonville system used to like to keep prisoners separated. But I guess those are probably family pews, hence the division. And here, as you enter the oldest Saxon part of the church, you can see the plaster revealed, showing the Saxon wall paintings. As I say, this is the oldest part of the church. And we leave the church and we take the footpath to the right. It's more a lane than a footpath. So look out, it's easy to miss. Behind you as you walk by is this footpath here, which we're going to follow. It's nice to see all these little brooks and streams flowing again now we're getting into autumn. I remember the walk at Dameron and being shocked at the riverbed just being a dry gravel path as it went under the bridge in the village. I suspect this probably would have been the same, but all flowing nicely again now. And over the footbridge, back onto the road. So after crossing the footbridge, we turn left. We're in the village centre of Nether Wallop now. There's the old post office, and we're just going to detour very slightly from the map to walk into the centre, which is here. And there's the Nether Wallop Village Hall. Now, I said there's another remarkable event in this village, and that remarkable event happened in the 80s. So in 1984 there was a meeting held in that village hall. Well, not that one because it's been rebuilt since, but it was to discuss a thing called a weekend in Wallop arts festival, because they'd been to Edinburgh and they thought it was all too busy to see everything, so they thought we'll have a small one in Wallop. Now I'm going to read you a list of all the people that performed in that arts festival in that village hall. A lot of the people performing, the people watching didn't even know, and some performances were in a farmer's field a bit further down in a marquee. But they are a list of the great and good of the early 80s. And we'll start off, there was Billy Connolly, Rick Mail, Peter Cook, Mal Smith, Stephen Fry, Hugh Laurie, Rowan Atkinson, Wayne Sleep, Roger McGough, Stanley Unwin, Jenny Agatha, Gore Vidal, Ned Sherrin, Jules Holland, Bill Wyman, John Ottaway, just for you Colin Lovelace, Andrew Lloyd Webber and Kevin Turvey, all performing in this little small village. I read that from a piece of paper so you could hear the crinkling. Anyway, that's its other claim to fame, apart from the pyramid and St Mary Mead, It's had an arts festival, so more going on in this village than you would think. Anyway, we come out of the village centre and we're going to turn left at the old thatched cottage. So walk down the road and back towards Middle Wallop.
Okay.
Morning!
Morning.
And we carry on along the road until we get to a familiar spot where we're going to turn right. No, I haven't mentioned these in my videos for a long time, but these are staddle stones. These days, almost uniquely, they're ornaments. They're edging to a driveway, as this is. But in the old days, they used to stand barns on them, and it stopped the rats from climbing up to get into the grain. It didn't, but it helped stop the rats because they had trouble getting over the lip. There's the green we were the other side of when we saw the horses. And there's a nice view of the Wallop Brook. So there we are, there's a bit of information about Wallop House. It's the Winton Nursing Home. And they've got a planning application to do something. There you go. Internal modifications. And carry on past Hatchett's farmhouse. As we pass Bent Street again, one more time round this bend, we're going to turn right. And we turn right into Knockwood Lane. So after a short walk up the hill, we're taking a left onto this footpath that runs around the back of the village. Slopey steps. It's out of sight, we're not going past it, but you can't come to Middle Wallop without mentioning the Army Air Corps base at Middle Wallop. That's got quite an interesting history actually. It started off as RAF Middle Wallop, and it was used by the United States Army Air Force during the war. It then transferred to the Royal Navy and became the Royal Naval Air Station Middle Wallop, otherwise known as HMS Flycatcher, and now it's with the Army as their aviation centre, the Army Air Corps Aviation Centre. There's a very interesting little museum there, which is well worth a visit, and there's also an air show. I think it's once a year. It's difficult to tell with COVID now, but I think it used to be sort of during the summertime. I know we went once, and there's a very spectacular helicopter demonstration where they're just not there, and then they appear out of the bushes and then come at you in mass formation. It's very good. If you can go, then go. Anyway, enough about the airfield that we're not going to see. We're going to head back towards the pub by turning left to follow this footpath. As we head back through the autumn leaves to Middle Wallop from Nether Wallop, there's one thing I forgot to say about Nether Wallop, another claim to fame, in that the famous cricketer W.G. Grace actually bought his cricket bats from Nether Wallop. They were made locally. So through the gate, carry on through the autumn leaves. Something very satisfying about ploughing through the autumn leaves. Walking boots. You can actually see a beacon on the perimeter of the airfield. Well, this wasn't forecast. There's a little bit of rain. Just a drip at the moment. Just dropping nearly back at the pub. Here we come back down on the Salisbury to Andover Road. And we're going to turn left back to the pub, which is next to the petrol station there. Now for all you public transport people, there is a bus stop over there, and it's right opposite the start and finish of the walk. As I say, it's the Salisbury and Andover Road, so you'll have to consult your timetables to find times. Here we are back from a very interesting walk. More interesting, you can shake a stick out on this walk, but now, after 5 miles, give or take, maybe 4 3/4 miles, I'm ready for some lunch and something to drink. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe. And if you liked it or not, let's go in the pub and see what it's like. Now we're in the Wallops. There's Nether Wallop, Over Wallop and Middle Wallop. And there's the Wallop Brook. So I'll address the elephant in the room. What the heck is a wallop?
Go on, Rob, what is a wallop?
Hey there, Ned, what is a wallop?
Hey Rob, what's a wallop?